Day, Chapter 34, Postcards. I thought fire was coming with us, Noah says. Noah and I are on the subway headed for Countrywide Bus Station 3 in search of something, anything that will help Jewel and baby. I fiddle with the pouch, holding the key on a string around my neck. Fire was coming with us. Like always, she was all ready to go. But then, just as I was about to leave, she knocked on our door. I can't go, she said in a voice that didn't sound at all like Fire. Her eyes didn't dance like they usually do. How come? She looked down at her hands. Mama's having one of her spells. She won't get out of bed or anything. I didn't know what to say, so I just said, Gosh, I'm sorry. Fire swallowed hard. Yeah, it's better if I stay close by her when she's like this. She needs me, you know? I nodded. I'll let you know what we find out. I look out the subway window. Her mom's not feeling good, so she stayed with her, I said to Noah. He doesn't ask a bunch of questions, just nods. That's one thing about shelter kids. You don't have to do a lot of explaining. We understand each other. I bump his knee with mine. I'm sure glad you came, though. I've never ridden on a subway train before. Noah looks out the window at the lights flashing by. I've ridden them too much. How come? He sighs. After me and my brother came here, well, it took a while for us to find the roadhouse shelter. He glances at me real quick. The streets aren't exactly a safe place. I nod. Noah looks away. So my brother and me, we rode the subway trains at night. He shrugs. It was a safe place to be. What about your parents? I ask. Noah shifts in his seat. I don't know my father. My mother's in jail for possession. I'm not sure I want to know in possession of what. It seems that all he's going to say, but then my brother Patrick is older than me. He's 19. He came back from St. Louis when he heard about Mom and got me out of foster care. He sounds like a great brother, I say. Noah smiles. He's bossy like most big brothers, always on me about school and homework, but yeah, he's okay. I think about this. What would I do if I had to be the only one to take care of Dylan? He works 2 jobs and goes to school at night. He shakes his head. He's always saying, I'm going to get us out of here and make something of myself. You too. I remember the new vocabulary word Mrs. Kohler taught us the other day. He sounds tenacious, I say. Noah laughs for the first time since I met him. The train stops and the doors whisk open. He stands. Patrick would say stubbornness is tenaciousness turned upside down. I laugh. I have to remember to tell that to Mr. Kohler. We take the stairs up from the platform to the outside. Everything looks different from where we lived in the city. It's mostly strip malls and gas stations and fast food restaurants. And then I see them taller and closer. My heart about leaps out of my chest. The mountains. We're so close now. I'll sell the most gourmet brownies. I just know it. And then Noah nudges me. This way. We hurry along the sidewalk, up 1 block, and then turn a corner. There we see it, a big sign that says, Countrywide Travel Bus Station. A gust of cold wind follows us through the front door. A woman looks up from the ticket counter and frowns. What you kids doing here? Just here to pick up our grandma's suitcase, I call to her, holding up the locker key. See that you give me that key before you leave, she mumbles. Noah and I trot over to the long row of lockers. Some are tall, some are smaller. They all have numbers at the top. I look at the number on the key. 25, I read out loud. Slowly we walk along the rows. On the top row are odd numbers, 3, 7, 9. Even numbers on the bottom. The numbers get bigger. 11, 12, 14, 15. My heart speeds up, so do my feet. But then there's no more lockers. Are we wrong all along about it being a locker key? I feel sick with disappointment. There's more lockers over there, Noah says, waving from around a corner. Sure enough, across from the bathrooms are 2 more rows of lockers, 16, 17, 20, 21, and finally 25. We stand in front of the closed door just looking at it. I think we're both thinking the same thing. What will we see when we unlock it? I remember an old game show where my grandma Bess used to watch, and people had to guess what was behind a large curtain. Was it a fabulous prize like a boat or a new living room furniture? Was it a goat? I would have liked the goat, actually. No time like the present, I say. I take a deep breath. I slip the key into the lock and turn. Click. I pull open the metal door. We both lean in to look. Crammed inside is a small black suitcase, the kind with wheels on it. Huh, Noah says. Yeah, I say. I reach in and pull out the suitcase. What's inside? More clues, more mysteries, $1 million, underwear? We'll take a look, see if there's anything worth keeping, and then we'll lock it back up. We can't, Noah says. You just told that lady we're picking up the suitcase for our grandma. It'd look weird if we didn't take it with us. Plus, she said to return the key, Noah told him. Crud. Mama always says one lie leads to another. Until you're all tangled up in a spider's web. Okay, you're right. We'll have to take it with us. We wheel the suitcase back over to the ticket office. The wheels go boom-bump, boom-bump on the tiled floor. I smile and slide the key across the desk. Here you go, I say as friendly and as confident as I can. We found our grandma's suitcase. I'm glad she can't see over the desk to my shaking knees. She eyes us and the suitcase. She looks from me to Noah, her eyebrows bunched together in a frown. My stomach clenches up. Noah's black. I'm white. How could we have the same grandma? We got to get home, Noah says. Our mom's going to be super worried. The woman sits up a little straighter and opens her mouth. Before she can say anything, I grab Noah's hand and dash for the door. Thanks for your help, I call, as we bang out the door, the suitcase bumping behind. We walk as fast as we can to the train station. We find the platform for the train that we'll take and plop down on a bench. Whew, I say. I tell you what, that was close. Noah nods, panting. Too close for me. We look at each other. Noah nods. Slowly, I unzip the suitcase. No bundles of dollar bills. No underwear. Well, maybe a little. And no clues as far as I can see. What I do see are a few sweaters, a pair of nice leather shoes, a scarf smooth as water, and a couple of Ziploc baggies. One has medicine bottles in it. The other has photographs. Maybe the photos will help. I rummage around the corners and bottom to make sure I didn't miss anything. What's that? Noah says, pointing to a small thin paper bag. I pull it out. It has something in it. Postcards. I flip through them. There must be about 7. I study each one and then I hand them back to Noah. They're all from different places, he says. One has a picture of a big gleaming arch. It says, "Greetings from Missouri." Another has a picture of row after row of cornfields. Corn cobs spell out Iowa. One with a picture of beautiful smoky blue mountains catches my eye. North Carolina is calling, it says. I flip it over. On the back, Jewel has written, "I know you love these mountains, sis. They remind me of home." Sis! I look at the backs of each of the postcards. All are written to Sis. All are addressed to the same place. Hartwell Manor, room 23B. All of them have stamps, and none were ever mailed. These are all addressed to Sis, I say, and they all have the same address. Do you think that's where Jewel was going? Noah asks. If Sis is her sister, I bet you anything that's where she and baby were going. To family! A chill runs up and down my arms. I grin. We may not have found $1 million, but I think we struck gold. Finding Jewel's sister. Noah grins back. I think you're right. We slap 2 high fives. I cannot believe we have found her sister, I crow. This will fix everything. A computer-type voice announces the next train coming in. It's the train we need to take back to our part of the city. I put everything back into the suitcase as the train comes to a stop. Everything except the postcards. I can't believe our luck. I'm so happy. I feel like I could fly all the way back to Hope House. The subway train rocks side to side as Noah lays the postcards out on his thighs in a line. See, he says, pointing, it's like they're going east to west. He's right. The farthest east card is the one from North Carolina. That would make sense, I say. We're pretty sure she lived in Lexington, Kentucky. Noah nods. He touches each card gently. North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska. His finger comes to rest on the last one. Colorado. You sure there's no more? He asks, frowning. I nod. And Colorado is still a ways from here. I wonder why she stopped writing to Sis. The train slows. Next stop, Library Square, the computer voice announces. Noah gathers up the postcards and hands them to me. Who knows? But I'd say these are the best clue that you could have hoped for. The train lurches to a stop. Noah stands. At least if you can figure out where the heck Hartwell Manor is. I laugh as I follow him off the train, pulling Jules' suitcase behind. You might want to get you some glasses, Noah, I say. The address is right here on the cards. He shakes his head. You might want to get you some glasses, Piper, he says. I take the postcards out and look at the back. Surely not, I mutter. I shuffle through them, my heart sinking with each one. They're all addressed the exact same way. Sis, Hartwell Manor, room 23B. No town and no state.